Many thanks for joining us on Chris TV 254 Punchline. Of course, it's the Multimedia University Deputy Presidential Debate. And of course, we are hosting the three presidential candidates with us here. They'll be introducing themselves just a few minutes from now. Of course, I'm a host, Crescent Ouma, and not alone, but I'm being helped by my co-host in the far left.
My name is Sarah Abigail, and welcome.
And of course, we are now getting in the ring. Our punch gloves have been put aside. So it is the political WrestleMania. So I take this time, of course, to welcome you, the three deputy presidential candidates, and it is our honor accepting our invitations. So we are happy to see you and, of course, feel at home. So maybe I'll just take this opportunity to give you a minute each to introduce herself, starting from my near left.
Okay, I'm Rhoda Mbatiani, a third year pursuing Bachelor of Journalism under Kiama Githuku.
Omburo Sharon, Faculty of Media and Communication, pursuing Bachelor of Applied Communication, Year 2, Deputy Presidential Aspirant under Hilary Ayo.
Florence Castro, a third year, Faculty of Business and Economics, undertaking Actuarial Science, Vice Chairperson under Sheldon Washer.
So, of course, I take this opportunity now to call upon my co-host to let things fly.
Thank you so much, Chris. So, first question, what do you guys want to change in the university? We could start from my immediate left or immediate right.
Okay, in the university, personally, I would major on sanitation in the hostels. At times, you find it dirty, and it may affect girls. Like one might contract UTIs, and it's not healthy. So I would focus on hostel sanitation to ensure conducive environment for students living there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Personally, as a deputy presidential aspirant, I would like to work on the sanitation as well. I have lived in the hostels, and I feel like those hostels, especially the toilets, are very pathetic, that can bring a lot of harm both to girls and to boys. And that being the docket of the deputy president, I feel I can work hand in hand with the incoming female host rep and the male host rep to ensure that those hostels are a better place, because the money we pay in this school is not for such treatment. Yes.
Okay, for me, I will focus on the renovation of the hostels as well as the sanitation, because you can see posters since 2010, they're still there. And that is something we can really change. Even the classrooms, the renovation is something when put there, when given the mandate to be the deputy president, I'll really push for it. Yes.
So maybe to start with you again, Rhoda, here, this position you are contesting for, most students have always termed it as a president's flower girl, being a deputy president. Yeah.
No.
So do you agree with whatever they say, that the deputy president, especially in multimedia, is just a flower girl? Or if you disagree with them, what are some of the significant roles played by the deputy president?
Okay, first of all, it's a disrespect to say like we're there for flower girl, because we are people, we are leaders, we believe we are there like as leaders, and we can do something. First of all, like as I'll be in charge of hostels and sanitation, that is something a role of a deputy president. And then another thing, like we represent the school out there. Like we as the deputy president, we represent our school in other institutions. And also we offer suggestions to the Senate on matters concerning the students. Yeah.
Sharon, do you have a different opinion?
No, actually, terming us as flower girls should be taken as a very high insult, because in as much as deputies don't have a big role, we as deputies help in the campaign. So if someone helps you get something, that is not a flower girl. A flower girl is someone who's just there seated waiting for you to do everything.
Sure.
Yeah, among the three of us, I know we all struggle to bring something to the table.
All right.
Yeah, and some of our roles, as she has mentioned them, another one is we ensure that the environment of the school is clean. That is not the work of the chairperson. If the deputy is not there, it won't work. So we are not flower girl.
All right. Florence?
I totally agree with the two. If you check on the constitution, their roles allocated to the deputy chairperson. So I believe that when you term a deputy as a flower girl or something, it's kind of an insult,
Mhm.
or how do I put it? It's it's bad. Okay, as a deputy person, there are roles, just as they have said, there are
Mhm.
other roles that one is supposed to undertake, and to what they have said,
Mhm.
a deputy is also supposed to ensure the food that the students are eating
Yeah.
is healthy, and ensure that it's always available for them. Yeah, there.
All right. So maybe I'll start with you again after finishing up that question. First, congratulations with both of you for being selected by your respective bosses. So maybe to start with you, Florence, why do you think your boss and you deserve these top seats in the university?
Okay, I would say my presidential candidate is now, let me say, the outgoing.
Mhm.
I believe I was a delegate last election,
Mhm.
and according to his manifesto, he has achieved them. For example, the security lights,
Yeah.
they have been installed.
Mhm.
The issue of the constitution, amendment of the constitution, and everything.
Mhm.
I believe it's something that it's always in process.
Mhm.
It's something that I think sometimes back it was being done. Yeah, and then when people now will be voting, they'll also vote for the change of the constitution. So I believe he deserves the seat again to ensure the to ensure multimedia university is in a better place. Yeah.
Sharon?
I'd say Hillary and I were delegates during the 2020 elections when we voted in for Jennifer as the first female president. And being Tamit veterans in this school, we have seen a lot of things, and I believe we are at a better position to help change a good number of things. Yeah, so I believe Hillary and I are at a better position, not opposed to the other people, but I believe we can take multimedia to a better place than it is.
Aroda?
I think me and Kiama, we have the interest of comrades at heart. In that we've interacted with the comrades and we know what they need, and we've not been given that chance to perform it. And as a leader, you don't have to have this status for you to work. Even as a class rep, for me, I'm a class rep. I've worked and I know how it goes. And I believe having that interest of comrades at heart, we will deliver as a government. Yeah.
Back to you, Florence, maybe.
Yeah.
You mentioned of your boss just ensuring that there are lights around the Bangla perimeter, right?
Yeah.
It has been a security concern
Yeah.
when it comes to students who finish sometimes classes very late. He has done this at the very end of his term.
Yeah.
Is it a way of convincing people to vote him in again? Why couldn't he have done this a little bit earlier?
I believe everything happens in process. There are other agendas. So I believe if you do things step by step, it gives better results than just doing them once at a go, then doing shoddy things. So I believe in doing things one per time. Like you do this one, you finish, then you get to another one. So yeah.
If he doesn't finish whatever he's planning to, in case he wins again, and he doesn't finish, will he again request for another third term?
No, I believe.
Though it is not a question I should be directing to you.
Yeah, I believe the process is almost done. Let me see. So, because the watchtower is also there. Yeah, I think it's something that should be done. I think by next week should be over.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. How you could tell us how are your bosses preparing for the upcoming elections? Generally, just a general view.
Okay, so for me, I guess it's just about strategy. Because as we all know, it's because of the delegates. So if you put in your work well, you find the delegates, you talk to them, you convince them, you tell them your manifesto. That is something my boss is doing, and I get it will take us there.
Okay. Sharon?
I believe this current election is all about delegates, but we also talk to other people because we will not only serve the 63 delegates once we are elected. So in our camp, we set aside time to talk to the rest of the students, get the ideas, because manifestos are formed from what annoys me and what annoys you. Let's sit together, see which ones are doable in a year's time, and then so basically our strategy is we talk to delegates as well as the other students.
Okay. Florence?
Okay, I believe in working smart, and by working smart, you should always strategize on how to do things. So through this, you can talk to delegates as well as other comrades to ensure that your manifesto and everything, what you aspire to do, is well set out there. Yeah. So let me say, talking to delegates and as well as other people. Yeah.
So you mentioned, the two of you mentioned the issue of delegates here, and maybe starting with you, Sharon. What's your take on the delegate way of selecting the top students in the university? Because there has been a claim by some of the students within the university that using that system, their political voice is not actually heard. Giving this example, for example, I'm in Fameco, and maybe I happen to contest. I and Sarah Abigail there happens to contest for a delegate position, then 60% of the students in the Fameco faculty votes in Sarah Abigail, right? Then going ahead, Sarah Abigail's opinion doesn't reflect whatever the students wanted. For example, the 60%, you are representing Kiama, she's representing Ayo, she's representing Washa. For example, the class, could it be a one-man vote? 60% could have voted for Kiama, right? But because she was convinced by Ayo's manifesto, she ends up voting for Ayo. You get that she never represented the students' voice. What's your take on that?
The delegate system was put in place so that we can curb the issue of people vying over and over and over by Adendwale, if you're familiar with it. So I believe in a way it has its negatives and positives. The positives, people don't vie over and over and over. Like it's only 2 terms, after 2 terms, you don't have another chance.
Yeah.
But on the negative side, of course, it doesn't represent all the students. You find those 63 people are bribed or something so that they can vote for a person. So most of the time, the highest bidder always wins instead of the person who the comrades want.
Yeah.
So if I was in a position, I'd do away with the delegate system. But since I'm not in a position, I will just have to abide by it.
So she's against the delegate system of selecting the top students in the university. Do you have a different opinion, or do you concur with her?
I concur with her. I believe in one man, one vote, because through that one can express what he or she really wants. I may be a delegate and I am for another aspirant. So being that now I was bribed or something, I might end up voting for another person, not another person, but maybe the people who voted me in have another candidate at heart too.
The two are against the delegate system way of selecting the top students. Rhoda?
Yeah, I believe in one man, one vote. Yeah, since like every student is represented out there, because you can have your favorite candidate, but she's not favorite to you and the other person. So I believe in representation. If it's one man, one vote, everyone will be included in it. Yeah.
Rhoda, this question is for you now.
Okay.
At a point, Sharon and her boss, and also Florence and her boss, had been disqualified, and you are almost clinching that deputy presidential seat, right? How did you feel at that moment, and how did you come to feel when you realized that they are back in the ballot?
Okay, so when I was unopposed, I had mixed feelings. For some reason I was happy, but for some reason I was anxious kidogo. But when we were back, I would say like at the beginning of the race we were the three of us. So if they're back, well and good. Let the best man win.
Sharon, Could that decision stand of both of you being disqualified? What step could you have taken?
It would have been a sad situation,
Mhm.
not only for me, but for a good number of students in the institution, because it would have been lack of democracy.
Mhm.
But suing the school, going to court, and all that is too expensive, emotionally draining. We just accept and ask Rhoda and Kiama if they would accommodate our manifestos to their camp so that they could work for the comrades.
Florence?
Yes, it would have been bad in that people wouldn't have exercised their democracy,
Mhm.
but we could have like asked her to Rhoda to ensure the interest of comrades
Mhm.
are at least catered for.
All right.
Okay, next question. What challenges have you faced so far in the election preparation?
Mm, challenges,
Yeah.
I could say, are so many.
Yeah.
Because you have studies,
Yeah.
you have to campaign also, and you have personal life. So I would say at times it's not easy balancing the three, being that I'm also a student and I have to do other things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sharon.
Well, I do agree with her. Balancing your school life, the political life, and your personal life has become so challenging for me. I've had to put my personal life at a pause. I even tell my friends, just give me these 3 months, nimaliza campaigns. Then after that, we will go back to being normal. And that is the main challenge. And another one, sometimes you're so tired, you're so exhausted, but you still have to push. You still have to talk to delegates. You still have to be out there smiling, and you're so exhausted mentally, physically, but we still have to push.
Yeah, for me, it's the same balancing between attending classes, running MMU radio, then your personal life. So I feel like for to some extent it kills your social life, but we have to manage. We say women we multitask, so we have to make it. Yeah.
So, Florence, the question goes to both Florence and Sharon. Florence, your boss is the current president of the institute. Sharon, your boss is the current speaker of the institute. Um, should we blame the two for the late delivery of information concerning the change of the just concluded cultural event venue, which had earlier on been scheduled instead back in Karen? Starting with you, Sharon.
Um, if you read the constitution of the MUXA constitution, the speaker is not a member of the entertainment committee. So I would like to distance myself from that question because my president, my boss, did not participate in the arranging of this entire cultural week. Yes.
Okay, the time will come and we shall ask him now.
When that time comes, we will do a
So,
better job.
Florence?
I can't say I know much about it, but I made some inquiries, and let me give my honest opinion that I was given. Or I was told, okay, from the information I got, it was that there was a problem with the sponsors of the event, the Web 360, and they paid they paid for the venue very late, and I think there were some disagreements there. So due to those disagreements, the venue had to be changed. So again, there was a rumor spreading that I don't know whether it was a rumor or the truth, or there was some truth in it, that the event should be held in school.
Yeah,
And
at a
then
point.
At a point, it was said, and then the dean was like, the event can't be held in school, yet it was scheduled to be at State Bank. So they had to look for an alternative, which was Iran. And I believe Sheldon Washer tried his best to ensure that a venue had been found there. He tried, let me say so, because doing this thing alone isn't easy. It's not easy. We are all humans. You understand?
I do.
Yeah.
All right.
So next question. What are some of the good things that you've learned from the outgoing deputy president, Christine Harima? and how would you better them?
Sanitation has been good,
Yeah.
but I think when in that docket, I would ensure that it improves from its current state to a better position, in that the students can now live there without any difficulties, maybe going to the toilet and everything. Because let me say, the toilet sometimes become dirty. Yeah, so through that, I would ensure that the toilets and the entire sanitation everywhere is okay.
Sharon?
I would applaud the work she has done at the catering department. I feel like food at the mess is not so bad. Of course, it can't be at 100%, but it is consumable, and the serving times are also a bit better. For sanitation, I wouldn't say she has done much, but I hope that when I get to that seat, I will do a better job at the sanitation and better what she has done at the catering department. And also, the deputy president is the one in charge of the students' welfare. So I believe with the network I have built with a lot of friends, I will be a good mama yao.
Okay, for me, I believe she has done a better job together with Washa in the renovation of Block A. We all know that the roofs, they're being made, and I can better it. I can take it maybe to Block B, C, D, all of it. Yeah, I think it's a good thing. And not only the roofs, but also maybe painting of the walls. Yeah.
I believe Team Kiama, Team Ayo, and Team Washa have different agenda, right? And you all know politics is a game of numbers. Whoever gets the bigger figures then wins. Basing on this saying, we agree to disagree. Have you three thought of putting away your difference in political agendas and uniting together for a cup of coffee? Starting with you, Rhoda.
Now that you've mentioned it, I can think about it. But I have no problem with just us having a cup of tea or coffee, either, yes, so that you can talk. Because, even they say, like, you can find friendships in your competitor. You can find even your best friends in a competitor. And for me, I always say, politics should not be that personal. Because there's life after politics, after all, We don't know out there how we can help each other. So I am in case there is any, even if it's after elections,
So after the August 9th Kenya's general election, we saw Polycarp Igathe coming together with the then governor of Nairobi, Johnson Sakaja, to have a cup of coffee, right? Though they were opponents in that election. Sharon, whether you win, whether you lose, have you thought of coming together, calling them and saying, we siasa imeisha, tujene tunywe chai?
I have never thought of it, but I think we can do it first as the women, as the deputies first, before we bring the heat of the president to the table. We can do it because I believe amongst us we are fine. We are so okay.
Natumai mtatukaribisha mimi na
Let's
Sarah.
try.
So Florence, do you support the idea?
Yeah, I believe politics should not distance you from each other, but unite you.
Sure.
Yeah. So we are friends. Yeah, I have no problem with them.
Okay. Your political role model?
My political role model. I think I would say Esther Passaris.
Oh. The former Nairobi.
Yeah.
Remember? Sharon?
Gladys Wanga.
Madam Governor. Rhoda?
You look alike.
Yeah.
For real.
Rhoda?
Yeah, for me, it's somehow personal, but Jennifer Mbatiani, she is the deputy president of Bungoma County, and she really mentors me in matters of politics and all. So I really look up to her.
So first of all, I just congratulate you for getting to that point of being courageous to vie for this one of the top seats in the university, and this builds your political foundation. So basing on the same, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time politically?
Yeah, politically, maybe in 5 years' time, woman rep Bungoma County.
I wish you the best.
But I also want I'll try to balance between politics and my career. I want to be the best anchor also, so I'll
Wow.
try and fix it.
Whom do you look up?
Victoria Badiri.
Wow, the
Yeah.
citizen is
Yeah.
presenter. Sharon?
Well, for me, I don't see myself vying for a political seat in the next 5 years, but I would love to be in a camp, in someone's camp, help them organize for things. So now that she wants to be a women rep, madam naomba kazi.
Na kazi utapewa.
Yeah.
Omba na utapewa. Florence?
5 years to come, I don't think I would really be into vying or something, but maybe helping her. Because, okay, I have other ambitions in life. Being an actuary, okay, and I'm also passionate about German, and I would really love to do things related to German and everything. Yeah.
Have you thought of traveling to Germany?
Yeah, I
Wow.
have.
They call them the football machines. That is in football. Alright.
Okay, last question, I guess, on my side. This life after politics, okay? So after voting and the results are here with us. Definitely, all of you can't win.
Yeah.
There must be a winner, a loser too. So if you win, or if you, I mean, the question is, what if you lose in the elections? What will you do? Because it's life after politics.
Yeah, just as we said, politics shouldn't distance you from each other,
Yeah.
but unite you.
Mhm.
So in case there's a win, which would be good, or a lose, or a loss, yeah,
Yeah.
a loss, yeah. There's life after politics. We just ensure the comrades' interests are at heart and they're catered for, and life goes on.
For me, if Team Shayo loses, I think I'll take 1 month to relax because this pressure is too much. Just 1 month. And then after that, I am an entrepreneur. So I think I will just go back to my normal life of being an entrepreneur. Yeah.
Okay, for me, if Team KK loses, I'll take maybe a couple of weeks, and then after that, I'll support whoever will be chosen. Yeah, you know, personally, Team KK, we have our manifesto and all, so like we'll try and unite despite failing. Yeah, we'll try and unite so that we can better Multimedia University. Yeah.
So we are humans and we are not perfect beings, right? And we are prone to conflicts, disagreements, and we've even seen this with the national politics, whereby in the former regime, the former Kenya's president Uhuru Kenyatta had a conflict with by then his deputy, the current now president of the Republic of Kenya. And this is William Samoei Ruto. And we all saw whatever happened between them. So, in case, Florence, you get in a disagreement with your boss, how can you solve the situation?
We disagree to agree.
Yeah.
I believe in that phrase. And then there is power in like talking out what's in your heart. If you feel like this is not the right direction to take, I believe we are all adults. We can just sit down and talk out our issues instead of distancing ourselves. So I believe in talking out what is in your heart and coming with a reasonable conclusion. I think that would be better if you talk out your differences and put them aside and work for a common goal.
Sharon?
As for me, I'd say my boss is my political best friend. Best friends argue, and when they argue, tutakasirikiana, tutakaa chini, tutaongea, tunamaliza. We don't have to drag the entire school into our mess. We can just sit down, agree as best friends. Yeah.
So, Rhoda, of course, also the question is directed to you because I believe you share the same political bedroom because he's your boss.
Yeah.
So, in case it happens, do you go in the political bedroom and solve, or say our end and things apart from dinner?
No, definitely, I believe in talking things out. We are big people. When you sit down, you'll reach an agreement. But also, if it gets to a point maybe you don't agree, you can include other people of Muksa committee or even the Senate so that you can hear ideas from them also and try and solve it. Yeah.
So, Florence,
Yeah.
maybe to finalize, what can you tell that lady or woman who is listening or and also watching what I say?
I would say vote for Florence, vote for Asha. We will deliver. Thank you.
Sharon?
Vote for Team Shayo, and anywhere you have any problem, I believe we are one of the friendliest camps. You can come talk to me or Hillary about anything you're going through.
Rhoda?
Vote for Team KK. We call ourselves the government of comrades. Yes, we will accept you. And if you have any problem, I have a very friendly face. I'm very social.
Yeah.
I'm approachable. So yeah, you can talk to me. Vote for Team Kiama, Team Kori.
The very last, where can you be found in the social media platforms?
Okay, in Instagram you can find me Mbatiani Kori, TikTok also Mbatiani Kori, and Facebook Mbatiani Kori.
Sharon?
On all the social media platforms, MS Omburo.
Florence?
Instagram, hey, Florence underscore KE. TikTok, Flokathy. Yeah.
So, of course, they have given this a big motivation to any lady that has just watched this interview. And of course, you have inspired many to get the confidence, the courage, and to believe that they can be leaders, not only in different institutions, but also in the national field of politics. So it has been pleasure actually having you with us in this Chris TV 254 punchline, of course, being the deputy presidential debate, and we look upon hosting your bosses in the few days to come. So it has been pleasure, and we continue to wish you the very best. Campaign well, and may the best team win.
Thank you.
To you, our viewer, it has also been brilliant being with us since we began until this moment. Stay tuned, stay with Chris TV 254, where you'll enjoy every aspect pertaining talk shows, interviews, football analysis, and also don't remember kuna tamthilia ya mwanamke gaidi inayoendelea pale. Kwa hivyo nawashukuru wote, and also many thanks to my co-host Sarah Abigail, and until next time, goodbye for now.
Bye.